Hello everyone. Welcome back to Chilling Chapters 1. I'm your host, and today I'm bringing you a horror story that will shake you to your core. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, go check it out first, because today's episode reveals secrets that will haunt your nightmares. So folks, turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and get ready for this terrifying journey. And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel with notifications on. Let's begin. The Devil's Shadow, Part 2.
Chapter 1. The Mysterious Cave. In the last episode, you saw how Thakur Rajveer Singh witnessed a terrifying dark shadow behind his son Arjun's bed. Following the summons of the elderly priest Ramanand, Thakur Rajveer arrived at an ancient cave. The cave walls were covered with strange symbols, markings made in blood that glowed in the darkness. "Look, Thakur Sahib," Priest Ramanand said in a trembling voice. "These symbols, they don't belong to any ordinary child." As the torchlight fell on the wall, Thakur Rajveer's breath caught in his throat. The figure carved into the wall, it was his son Arjun. But this was no ordinary image. Surrounding the figure were bizarre symbols, like marks of an ancient curse. How is this possible?" Thakur Rajveer stammered. "This is my son's image." "Thakur Sahib, what I am about to tell you will be hard to believe. Your son Arjun, he is no ordinary child. A dark power resides within him." "Nonsense," Thakur Rajveer shouted. "My son is innocent. You're lying." "Running from the truth doesn't change it, Thakur Sahib. Tell me, did you see with your own eyes when your wife gave birth that night?" Thakur Rajveer fell into thought. "The doctor told me it was a boy." "Exactly. You only heard it. You didn't see it. That night your wife gave birth to a baby girl, but someone stole her and replaced her with a child possessed by supernatural powers, Arjun." Chapter 2. The Doctor's Secret. "This is a lie." Thakur Rajveer shook with anger. "I'll ask Dr. Kamala. She'll tell me the truth." Leaving the temple, Thakur Rajveer ordered his guards, "Take me to Dr. Kamala's residence immediately." The horses galloped swiftly. When they reached the doctor's house, the scene was horrifying. The door was half open, cold air was seeping out, and a strange stench filled the air. "Doctor, where are you?" Thakur Rajveer called out. No answer came. They entered inside. The house was silent, a terrifying, oppressive silence. Suddenly, a hoarse voice came from behind. "You've come?" Thakur Rajveer turned to see Dr. Kamala standing before them. But her condition shocked him. Her hair had turned completely white, her skin was covered with wrinkles, and her eyes looked empty and lifeless. "Doctor, what happened to you?" the Thakur asked. Dr. Kamala laughed a strange laugh. "You want to know, don't you, what happened that night? Did your wife give birth to a son or a daughter?" "Yes, tell me the truth," Thakur demanded. "Your son." The doctor's voice grew heavy. "Do you really believe he's your blood? The real question is, who is his true mother? And the biggest mystery, who is his father?" "What do you mean?" Thakur asked nervously. "Every new moon night, at exactly midnight, look at your son's face. Then you'll get all your answers." Suddenly, a wolf appeared out of nowhere. Its eyes were red and its teeth were sharp. The wolf lunged straight at Dr. Kamala. "Help!" the doctor screamed. The wolf attacked her throat. Blood began to flow. Thakur Rajveer called to his guards, "Quickly, there's a wild animal." The guards rushed in, but it was too late. Dr. Kamala's breath had stopped. And the strangest thing, the wolf had vanished, as if it was never there.
Chapter 3. The Night of the New Moon. That night, Thakur Rajveer couldn't sleep. Dr. Kamala's final words echoed in his ears. Tonight was the new moon. The clock showed 11:58 p.m. Thakur Rajveer slowly walked toward Arjun's room. His hands were trembling, sweat dripping down his face. He quietly opened the door. Arjun was sleeping on his bed, peaceful and innocent. The clock hands moved forward, 11:59, and then midnight. As the clock struck 12, Thakur Rajveer removed the blanket from Arjun's face with shaking hands, and what he saw was so horrifying that his scream was stuck in his throat. Arjun's face had transformed completely. His entire face was covered with thick, dark fur. His eyes glowed bright red like burning coals. His teeth had become long, sharp fangs like those of a werewolf. "Who are you?" the creature snarled in a voice that wasn't human. I am your father," Thakur Rajveer stammered, stepping backward. The creature that once was Arjun suddenly jumped from the bed with inhuman speed. "Father," it laughed menacingly, "you're not my father. You're just food." Before Thakur Rajveer could react, the beast lunged at Thakur Rajveer. With one powerful swipe of its claws, it tore into his throat. Blood sprayed across the walls. The Thakur tried to scream, but only gurgling sounds came out. The creature grabbed Thakur Rajveer's head with its powerful jaws and with a sickening crunch twisted it completely off his body. Blood pooled on the floor. The beast licked it hungrily, savoring every drop. Then, with terrifying strength, it threw the severed head toward the ceiling. The head crashed through the window and fell to the ground below. Chapter 4: The Aftermath. Crash! The sound of something heavy falling echoed through the mansion. Thakur Rajveer's wife Mridula woke up with a start. So did all the servants, their hearts filled with dread and fear. Mridula grabbed her young daughter and rushed down the stairs. The servants followed close behind. When they reached the main hall, they froze in horror. There, on the marble floor, lay Thakur Rajveer's body, drenched in blood. His head was separated from his body, and a pool of crimson was spreading beneath him. "No!" Mridula's scream pierced the night. "What happened? How can you leave us?" The servants stood paralyzed, their faces pale with shock. One of them whispered, "Who or what could have done this to our master?" Mridula collapsed on the floor, clutching her husband's blood-soaked body, weeping uncontrollably. Chapter 5: 10 Years Later. The next day, Thakur Rajveer Singh's funeral was conducted with full traditional rites. The entire village and political party workers attended in large numbers. Mridula made a life-changing decision. She would send Arjun abroad for education, far away from this cursed place. 10 years passed. Arjun had now become a young, educated, and influential personality. News of his return spread excitement through the village and the political party. Outside the mansion, a huge crowd had gathered, chanting slogans. "Arjun Babu! Long live Arjun Babu! Our leader should be like Arjun Babu!" People were playing drums, waving flags and banners that read, "Arjun Babu, our future leader." At the main gate stood Mridula, dressed in a white sari. Tears filled her eyes, but a faint smile played on her lips. She had prepared everything for her son's welcome. "Today my son returns. He will fulfill his father's dreams," she thought. The car stopped. Arjun stepped out, tall, handsome, dressed in expensive Western clothes. Mridula had prepared an arti plate to welcome her son. As Arjun approached, she smiled and tried to place a flower garland around his neck. But then something happened that nobody expected. As Mridula reached to apply tilak on his forehead, Arjun suddenly grabbed her hand and pushed it away roughly. "There's no need for all this drama," Arjun said in a cold, harsh voice. Mridula was shocked. Her hands trembled and tears filled her eyes. She had thought that after 10 years her son would embrace her, but Arjun's behavior cut her heart like a knife. Chapter 6: The Sacred Ring. That night, Mridula couldn't sleep. Her mind was restless. Tears wouldn't stop flowing. How did Arjun change so much? Did I fail as a mother, or has he become this cold from being away? So friends, will Mridula be able to make Arjun wear that sacred ring? Why does Arjun stay away from all religious symbols? Is there really a demon inside Arjun, or is this all someone's conspiracy? To find out, don't miss part 3 of this story. If you enjoyed this horror story, please like, share, and subscribe to Chilling Chapters 1. And if you have any scary stories to share, email us. We'll try to make a video on your story too. Until next time, stay scared.